Your kingdom spouse just demolished a high ranking warlock and a high ranking witch for you. So if you are someone who went through a lot of turmoil, a lot of disagreements, a lot of heartbreak, maybe a lot of fights and arguments with people that just seem to come out of nowhere, this is the reason why you're starting to see these people fade away. And this is absolutely necessary because this next level of life that you got going on is going to be so magnificent. It's going to answer so much. You're going to receive so much that you have been asking for, that is going to start to make even more sense as to why these people just dropped out of your life. And here's the thing I want you to know. I want you to understand that when chaos starts to happen in a way that is unexplainable or is out of nowhere and you can't quite put your finger on it, what's happening in the supernatural is that you got people fighting for you, not just like anybody, but someone who is directly responsible for, it's like the chaos slayer. Okay, it's the chaos slayer. And you can't really put your finger on it, or you might not have the language to say what it is, but you know it's something that's beautiful, that's protective, that is willing to completely go to the ends of the earth for you. And I need you to know that change is coming. That is the whole point of, or one of the points of your kingdom spouse, is to enact change and to create order out of chaos. And when I see change in a way where somebody's navigating rocky, dark waters, somebody is trying to find you, they are literally going through a storm. You might be feeling the same exact way. You might be feeling the storm coming in your life, or you might be smack dab in the middle of the storm. You might actually feel like you the one that's trying to navigate an emotional boat. You just out here, one hand over here trying to navigate, the other hand over here trying to cook food on the stove, but then you got to go this way. You're trying to make sure that is that something is clean. Then you got one going back here trying to finish school work, and then out of nowhere, while everything is doing what it's doing, you got people that come out of nowhere that's just like, I don't like you and I want to destroy you. And now you in this emotional space like, wait a minute, hold up, we was just cool a moment ago, what's the problem? And now they start bringing up things they've been had a problem with you about, but now is the time that they want to bring it up, and now you're confused. But I don't want you to be confused. I want you to understand exactly what's happening. What is happening is that your kingdom spouse is laying down the law for you in the spiritual. Your kingdom spouse understands the assignment, and what you are feeling is the opposite end of that. You're watching the fruits of his labor, literally out here, hi-yaing, okay? You are watching the fruits of his labor play out on your side. But here's the catch, collective. This is where you need to tap in, okay? Your job is to operate in your highest form of discernment, prayer, protection, understanding, and intuition. You must absolutely listen to the Holy Spirit tell you what you need to do, where you need to move, how you need to operate, because the next moves that you make are either going to make it easier or harder for your kingdom spouse. Your kingdom spouse needs what from you? That's right, kingdom alignment. That means that you are on point with everything that you do. And if there's a moment of fall, listen, you get right back up and you try again and you do what's right. Tap in. Oftentimes we just wait for them to come without doing the work on ourselves. But the change must happen. And I feel like this change is going to bring a little bit of rockiness. But what's on the other side of that is something that is absolutely beautiful, and it's going to get you to that divine union. Now let's see what's happening with your kingdom spouse as he's going through this situation, because girl, when I say he is demolishing high ranking warlocks, that means that he is going against some very high opposition right now that is a master emotional manipulator. The reason why this is important is because you might actually be feeling like you're spiraling. So what he's fighting is an attachment that wants to come to you. Your kingdom spouse is fighting this energy that's saying, I see the divine feminine feeling extra vulnerable. So you might be feeling emotionally uneasy right now. So you might have a heightened emotional awareness right now. And people that understand that, let me tell you something, it's not just the divine feminine that understands. People that want to attach themselves to you and use that to emotionally drain you know that as well. So you might have somebody around you that is emotionally picking at you. And here's the gag. It is really hard to vocalize and to explain how somebody might emotionally be bullying you, because the transformation is on the inside, the effects are on the inside. So all people are going to see is that either you're angry or you're crying or you don't speak at all, you're shutting down. Somebody might be doing this just to shut you down and shut you up. So they're purposefully picking at a part of you that is extremely sensitive. So if you're someone who went through something ugly in their lives, something traumatic in your life, I'm telling you, this person that is the mirror component of what your kingdom spouse is fighting in the spiritual, let me tell you something. That is a direct reflection. So this King of Cups is saying like there is something that someone is using to emotionally pick at you, and it's something that is deeply embedded in you. It is something that you could be currently working on, something that you've been hiding from and you haven't worked on, or something that you thought you did well in working on, but this particular person has the ability to kind of bypass all of your strength mechanisms and make it feel like you're starting back at one. This person is dangerous. This person is scary. And I feel like this person could be like big brother is coming into play, or uncle, or somebody who calls themselves an uncle. This came up as a rabid ex. This came up as somebody who wanted you before and now they don't have access to you. But there's a very ugly, manipulative attachment spirit to this. I feel like there's a womb cleansing that needs to happen, a womb ritual that needs to happen. Somebody needs to like wash their hair. And I'm talking about completely like deep cleanse, maybe scrub their crown chakra really good, because this person might be touching your hair, or they might have like something about touching your, it's just something about this crown chakra that's really coming up for me. And it's interesting that I even said that, because if you take another look at this card, a deeper look, you can see that his mind is in the crown chakra. This is somebody that has played mind games with you before, somebody who has used lies as a tactic to change your mind. This is somebody who is really nefarious, and they specialize in your emotional manipulation. And your kingdom spouse is saying, absolutely not. No. Now, if this is you, if this is something that you're experiencing, take it how it resonates. If you're experiencing this, collective, something about the crown chakra, they love to mess with your mind. And here's the thing that I want you to always hold on to. You are not fighting this alone. When I say your kingdom spouse is coming for you, some of y'all probably already met your kingdom spouse because of a situation like this. Listen, your kingdom spouse is saying, baby, listen, I got you. I got you. If you need the spiritual strength, I got you. If you need the physical strength, I got you. If you need a moment to cry, I got you. But what they don't have is you. And a lot of that just comes with your discernment and understanding the games that they're trying to play on you. And look, Page of Pentacles, yeah, trying to plant seeds in your head, trying to manipulate how things grow within you. And I feel like some of y'all have been stagnant or have just been in a part of your life where you're just like, you know what, Cass, this is hard for me. I don't know if I can continue on. I just quit. I quit the healing journey. I quit going to therapy because they don't know what they're talking about. I quit journaling. I quit. And for a long time, I really believe that I didn't deserve to be loved, deserve to be held. And I'm telling you right now, baby, yes, you do. Yes, you do. The point that I'm making is that you were battling against something that had nefarious and nasty intentions for you while you're coming with a kind heart. You're coming from a place where you're just like, you know what, Cass, I've always been so just amazing to people and I never got that in return. People take advantage of that. People know that. So I truly want you to recognize that people that have been planting seeds in your mind, people who love playing mind games with you and emotionally manipulate you, this is what your kingdom spouse is fighting against. This is the warlock he is reckoning with. A reckoning is coming. And because what's happening in the supernatural is being felt in the natural, you're going to see the behaviors of this warlock just pour out. You're going to start to see the manipulation tactics even clearer. Pentacles at the bottom, yeah, looking at this along with the Nine of Pentacles, seeing that these people have built altars in your mind. They are looking to clear out any disruption. But the other reason why you might see them like going ham is because they spiritually know that it's an ending. They know for a fact it can't happen. Ace of Wands in reverse. They know for a fact that their light is dimming out with you. So when they show out and they try to show you, you're not going to make it without me. Let me show you how it's never going to happen without me. When they start to do that, you know that they are crashing out. Something is telling me to tell you to be more strategic in how you open up, because it is your reactions in the past that has made them feel comfortable in the manipulation tactic. I'm telling you, don't react how you usually do. If they got something to say to you, I want you to be like, okay, cool. Because when they see that you're not moving how they want you to move, they're going to amp up their behaviors. They're going to amp up the attempts to get you to emotionally move. It's once they realize that the spiritual pressure is on and they don't have a choice but to bust a move or it's over and done with, their ego, their pride is going to take over and they are going to try to pick at you just to see if they still got it. And when you don't give them that reaction, the crash out is going to be something amazing. That is how you know that the deal is done. So that's what this warlock is good at. The warlock is good at emotional manipulation. The warlock is good at planting seeds and trying to make you believe that what they are doing is genuine, that they love you, that they care about you. And at one point you thought this was the truth. You thought it was real. Now let's see what this witch is doing. And I feel like this warlock and this witch, they are in cahoots on a whole nother level. Just saw the 5 of arrows running away. Okay, running away. Just saw a crying emoji. Look, warlock and the witch, sexual lies. So yeah, we got some really crazy rituals going on here. Ooh-wee. Oh, this is dark. Oh, collect. I need to take a moment. What y'all went through? Oh my gosh. Like your story of triumph is so amazing. I just can't believe just how much you went through. I said earlier that some of y'all need to do a womb cleansing, ritual. And as soon as I said that, sexual lie came out. This witch is banking on the fact that they can use a woman's specific issue like love, hurt, pain, maybe bearing children, perhaps trying to connect with you, saying, oh, like I'm a mother too, or I understand what you mean. Or this person might actually be like, I'm going through my cycle, I'm emotional right now, and I just need somebody to talk to. This person is wicked because, see, they will use the power of the innocent child to manipulate you. So they'll try to connect with you on a mother level. They'll try to connect with you on the fact that you just love your nieces and your nephews. And these two together, the card in the middle is change. These two together, one is emotionally manipulating you through your mindset, through your thoughts, and the other one is manipulating you through your connection with your nieces or your nephews or your children. And that's why when we talk about spiritual warfare, when we talk about manipulation, when we talk about hurt and pain, when we talk about what the truth is, and it's hard for you to actually name everything that went on, because everything that went on has been a compilation of people emotionally triggering you, making you believe that they actually cared about what you cared about. It is hard to put that into words. It is hard to tell your story. It is hard for you to make the point to anybody else. That's why a lot of y'all don't even share what you went through. Because how are you supposed to say out loud to somebody who ain't never been through what you've been through, somebody lied to me about caring about children, about their children. Somebody lied to me saying that they needed help with their child, and I jumped at the opportunity because who wouldn't want to help a mother? And that's how they use their powers to manipulate you. You thought that you were sharing a connection, and mother keeps coming up and connecting to a child, but I'm also getting like a child wound, a childhood, like a childhood connection trauma. The more I unpack this conversation, the more if I am triggering you, I apologize, but we need to talk about this. If you've gone through a particular type of traumatic event in your life and you share that, this person is going to lie about going through the same thing you went through, and y'all might connect on that level. This is what this witch does. Because you know what it's like to be alone in that part of your journey. You know what it's like when you went through it, and what you would give to support yourself, to have somebody that supported you like that, or to even go back and just have you support you. You're like, you know what? I know exactly what that's like. Let me support this woman as she's going through her journey. But this witch is using how you healed yourself, the work that you went through. This witch is using that energy to manipulate you into not focusing on yourself, into not loving yourself, into just being vulnerable, and to use that information as a humiliation tactic in the future. This is the type of witch that will use your pain as a storyline online. This is the type of witch who will go into a back chat and tell all your stories. Tell your stories about the time you were unable to carry, Talk about a time where you were mistreated. This is somebody who uses your pain for entertainment for others. This is someone who is spiritually godless, whose soul is up for sale. This is the person that wants to get you out of alignment. This person wants to embarrass you even more. This is why this warlock and this witch go hand in hand. One is here to emotionally and mentally manipulate you. The other one is to take that manipulation and put it on display for the world and call you a fool and put you through a humiliation ritual. And then try to shame you for what you went through. I rebuke that energy. And you done shared so much with this fool. You done broke bread with this witch. You done opened up your heart and your home to this witch. You done fed this witch. And she would use your pain to humiliate you, to dim your light. The psychological and mental and spiritual warfare that these two have done together is legitimately demonic. Legitimately demonic. And these the same fools that'll turn around in your face and type online on their Facebook page, I believe in God. If anybody gonna tell your story, I'ma tell it. And I'ma tell it in the right way. I'ma tell it with the context. They want everybody to think you crazy. No, you done broke bread with these people. You was there with these people. And they seriously thought that everything that you have given them was going to last forever. They seriously thought they had one up on you. They seriously thought, this witch seriously thought that she had you on lock, that you wasn't going to be able to go nowhere. Baby, who she thought she talking to? No weapon. No weapon formed against you. And let me tell you something. This witch and this warlock is a spiritual weapon, because the goal is to silence you here in the natural. The goal is to spiritually and emotionally beat you down and to make you think you have nothing, you have nobody, that what you've gone through is not significant, that you are a waste of time. The goal is to make you believe that you are insignificant. That's the goal. The goal is for them to make other people believe that you deserve to be ganged up on, that you don't deserve love. That's the goal. And your kingdom spouse said, baby, if that's their goal, they got another thing coming, because I'm here to make a change. All your kingdom spouse needs to do is ensure that you peep the game and that you play your position. But let me tell you something about you playing your position. You're not weak if you play your position for your kingdom spouse. That means you learn from your mistakes. That means you know the truth. That means you breaking free. That means you peeping the patterns. That means you know that the seed and the fruit is rotten. Because in order for your kingdom spouse to get to you, you must be what? In kingdom alignment. Yeah. And they don't like what I just said. You causing a whole rift. You and your kingdom spouse is causing a whole rift in the system. You breaking the matrix. Y'all breaking the matrix. So when you feeling a lot of emotion, a lot of things happening with you, that's not out of nowhere. That's not out. Things are coming into alignment. The veil has been lifted off of this warlock, off of this witch. And you're seeing it now because your kingdom spouse, your kingdom husband is saying, baby, open up your eyes. Open up your eyes to the people that are around you, to the enemies that are within. You are allowing yourself to operate in enemy territory, and you don't even know the people that's inviting you in are the enemy. Now you wide awake. Oh, baby, they weren't ready for you to be wide awake. They weren't ready for you to put two and two together. They weren't ready for you to speak out loud. They weren't ready for you to shut it down. They weren't ready for you to know who you are. Nine of Swords and the Moon Child. They weren't ready for you to be honest with yourself. And that's the kicker. See, because for a long time, you can lie to yourself. You can say, I'm going to be all right. Everything's cool. All right, I'm just going to do this. I'm just going to do that. Ain't going to be no big deal. It's going all of that. All of that. You start, at one point, you might even started to believe that there was something wrong with you, because the way that this witch and this warlock was truly operating. I mean, it was a heavy smear campaign. It was a heavy hate campaign, hate train against you. With these two leading the charge. Every time you look up, they casted spells against you. They hiring other witches against you. Every time you look up, they spending money to defame you. And your kingdom spouse said, nah, baby, I got you. I just need for you to be in alignment. And lo and behold, you woke up. You woke up, baby. And you said, all right, this happened to me. And it hurts and it sucks and I don't like it. And I feel pain and I felt a moment of weakness. And it's taken me a while to get out of the hole that I got in. But my God, through your meditation, through your prayers, through you making the promise to yourself, never again. You truly transmuted to the next level. You've transmuted all of the hurt and pain that you've gone through. And you said, baby, I got this. I got this. You reaching for something so big in your life in general. That's why your kingdom spouse was deployed at this time. Because you have asked for something, prayed for something, put that back into the soil. And God said, bet, let me reveal this witch and this warlock. Let me reveal who the devil got playing in your circle. Let me show you who's about to be activated. While you're dealing with them in the natural, boom, let me deploy your spiritual spouse. I'm sorry, I keep saying spiritual spouse, but I feel like that's what this is, your divine kingdom spouse. Let me deploy them. Because it's two battles going on at the same time. The spiritual and the one that we're sitting in the natural. This divine wisdom looking at this Nine of Swords is letting me know that you know this is no easy task, but it was one that needs to happen. You hold the power. You know the story. Six of Swords. The power is within. Oh my gosh. You are truly yielding everything. It's empowering me. You got the message. You got the divine download. You know what to do. Baby, now listen, y'all ain't tell me you knew what to do. Now, had you told me that you already got it in the bag, then we would have started this conversation out a lot differently. But baby, I'm here for it. Because if you're telling me that you just needed the language to make it make sense, or that you just needed to make it a reality with the conversation, with the channel message, and you needed the affirmation and the confirmation, the baby, I'm here for you. But what it looked like already is that you're already sending the beacon out so that your kingdom husband know exactly where to land. Now, baby, That's a powerful testimony. 5 of Cups with the sun. Yeah, baby, you went through a lot. You went through so much. And you said, I'm leaving anyway on the midnight train to Georgia. Let me walk through this portal as I walk through this valley. Because when you're dealing with a warlock, when you're dealing with a witch, it's not easy to get from underneath that grass. This type of movement can take you months, even years. Because this type of ish is relentless. But they didn't know that you was backed by the best, babe. 5 of Cups, leaving. 5 of Cups coming out again. Yeah, you crossed that portal, baby. I love this strength card. From the 5 of Cups to the strength card, that's how we know that you're on the right path. It's almost like once you realize what happened, what you were up against, once you realize that, okay, this is a dual battle. This is something that I'm taking care of on my side, and I know that there's a higher energy, a higher spirit that's taking care of it on the other side. And this can only be sent by the ultimate designer. An emotional depth of regulation is happening for you. Legendary, majestic, powerful transformation and joy. Big dragon energy, transformation and joy. Big yes, yes, yes. And some of y'all might be feeling like you don't know what's coming after this. And a lot of times you don't know. I want you to embrace the unknown. I want you to embrace what it feels like to be in the space of you get to construct what's going on around you. You get to build. You get to say. You get to do. Look, moving on, your kingdom spouse is closer than you think. Moving on, you're withdrawing from the old and entering the new. I love this. With secret admirer, you're moving into a space where someone sees you, they know you, they respect you. And also with this secret admirer, I feel like it's a rejection of the old energy that once tried to consume you. This warlock and this witch that put you through the ringer, I want you to understand that they got a role too. And their role as the villain is to strengthen you, is to empower you, and is to enact the spiritual laws that you need in order to thrive. Let me tell you what's going to happen to these fools right now, to this warlock and this witch. They're going to fail. They're going to fall on their face. Every attempt that they make to succeed is going to be off the back of someone else. They cannot make it anywhere with their own names. Their names are forever burnt. There is no goodness that comes with their name or their reputation. Everywhere that they go, they are the laughing stock. They will always need somebody to piggyback off of. If they want to continuously bring up your name, they're going to need verification. And nobody's going to verify. Nobody's going to come out and speak against you. Why would they speak against somebody who's divinely protected? The world is going to see that the problem that they had with you is because your light truly shines. The world is going to see the problem that they had with you is that you were truly a child of God. The problem is that they understand that you have a level of self-awareness, enthusiasm, truth, protection, spirits, dispel. Ooh, they be mad at that. They mad that you have these insights. They are so mad that you are able to live a life and thrive even with them doing their best to dismantle you. Strength came out again. Evocation came out. Ooh-wee. Conscious, aware, observant, attentive, mindful, responsive. Yeah, they are mad that you won. Period. So anything that they try to come up with from this point forward is null and void. But the ultimate conversation we need to have here is you trusting yourself. Trusting yourself with your decisions, trusting that when you give it to God, God is going to ensure that you are protected, but also gaining the lessons from people like this warlock and this witch who have no power. Because the only way that they could believe that they have power is to try to take out one of God's chosen ones, to dim your light, to try to have you out here spiraling. But you got the message. You got the beacon. You got it. You got the light. Once they knew that they couldn't hurt you with your own pain anymore, they crashed out. The one thing that they truly believe they have over the woman, the empress, the high priestess, is that you are forever and always starting back at one. Never. They didn't realize that while you were fighting spiritual warfare, you were still showing up into the boardrooms, gathered, collected. That you were still showing up for your family, gathered and collected. You were still making bank, gathered and collected. Still taking the opportunity and chances on yourself, gathered and collected. Still walking outside because you care about yourself, groomed, looking good, colorful. They wanted you to reflect how they feel on the inside. It didn't work. They are spiritually defeated, which is why they always have to go back to their old tricks with other people, because they can't go back to their old tricks on you. Lame. They're lame. Limp. Losers. Leeches. That's what they are. And because you know how powerful you are, you've ushered into an entirely different realm of possibility. And baby, I am so happy for you. I see you, I am witnessing you cross over this threshold, because they did not win. They couldn't. And at one point when you thought you couldn't make it, you got the message. And you knew that there was a divine being fighting for you on the other side. And baby, you won. Y'all won. So let this be a reminder that your kingdom spouse slaughtered and demolished a high-ranking warlock and a high-ranking witch, and changed the game and ensured that you are off the radar for anybody in their lineage, anybody who thinks they're going to take their place. The example has been set. That is the power of you, because it wouldn't have happened without you. Remember that. It would not have happened without your self-leadership, without your strength, without your knowing. When you call on your kingdom spouse to show up in the supernatural and in the natural, that means you must be what? In kingdom alignment. That starts with you. See you on the next one.